Hello, my name is Kerry, this is Bookish Adventures in Wellbeing, and I am here to do the end of year book tag. Ariel Bissett originally created this book tag, but I watched the lovely Nicole at Noteworthy Fiction do this and thought I would give it a go myself. So we have 6 questions and I will pop them in the description below, and we start with, are there any books that you need to finish before the end of the year? Now, as somebody who is pathologically unable to DNF books, I know it's my toxic trait. I don't have much in the way of books that I've started but not finished, but I have 2 that I will mention. The first is The Moonstone by Wilkie, and that's because I'm taking part in a read along with this, and we're reading it with Jess from Stalking Kafka, and we're taking a section at a time. We've been reading for a couple of weeks together. We are most of the way through this now and we're having a really good time with it. The other book that I've technically started and not finished is 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. This is a book about tarot, because I'm sort of learning tarot incredibly slowly, and I started this and then decided this was a bit too in-depth for a complete beginner, so I've come to a bit of a standstill with it. However, I did put it as a book that I'm currently reading on my Goodreads, and as a completionist, I'm not going to be happy with that carrying over into the new year. So I will probably attempt to finish this before the new year is out. The next question is, do you have an autumnal book to help you transition into the new season and the end of the year? I have some vague ideas for seasonal reading and definitely intend to read more vampire books, and the one that I'm most excited to get to next is Bless Your Heart by Lindy. This is definitely a cover buy. I think this cover is stunning, but it also sounds pretty great. So it's set in the 90s in Texas, and it centres around a small town where there's one funeral parlour, and usually when the dead go there they stay dead, they're married, but on this occasion one of the people who die rise from the dead and are vampires, and it falls to a family of women, the Evans women in the town, to resolve this. The next question is, are there any new releases that you're still waiting for? Now, I have some vague answers to this because some of these are technically out but not out in paperback yet. I prefer to buy paperbacks. So one is Out of Character by Alison Steadman. That's her memoir. So Alison Steadman was Pam in Gavin and Stacey, but she was also in Abigail's Party, which is one of my favourite plays. I think that would be a really interesting memoir to read. Another new release I'm looking forward to is My Good Bright Wolf by Sarah Moss. That's another memoir. I love Sarah Moss's writing, and I think this will be an interesting read. Another new release which I've just heard about and I'm recently excited about is Time of the Flies by Claudia Piniero. It's a sequel to the book that I've just finished, All Yours, and loved. So Time of the Flies is, I think it's out now, it's newly released, but only just, and that's a sequel to that book that I've just read and loved. And another new release which I'm looking forward to is Victorian Psycho by Feito. She wrote Mrs. March, which was another kind of unhinged woman, kind of unsettling, unreliable narrator type book, and this one also sounds like a really good time. The next question is to name 3 books that you're hoping to read before the end of the year. I have picked out 3 books that were gifted to me either at Christmas last year or for my birthday, because I would like to get them read within the year that they were given to me. So the first of these is The Phone Box at the Edge of the World by Imae Messina. This is translated, I think, give me a moment. Yeah, translated from the Italian by Lucy Rand. It's set in Japan. It's about a phone box that's sat on a windy hill just outside Tokyo, where people go and talk as if they were talking to dead relatives. I have actually started listening to this and it's kind of lovely. There's 2 main characters, both bereaved in different ways, and they have met each other at this phone box. So it's, yeah, kind of a bit of a sweet love story so far. The next book that I'm hoping to get to, which was gifted to me for Christmas last year, is Antarctica by Claire Keegan. This is her short story collection, although lots of her novels are short. I love Claire Keegan's writing so much, so I'm really looking forward to this. It didn't feel right to read it earlier in the year. This feels like a real winter book, so I will get to that very soon. And the last book that I'm hoping to read very shortly is Scripted by Fern Cotton. I'm going on holiday next week and I think I'm going to take this with me as one of my books that I'm going to pack, obviously more than one. Yeah, so this is Fern Cotton's first fiction. I like Fern Cotton as a human being and I quite like her non-fiction writing, so I'm looking forward to giving this a go. It's about a woman who discovers a script on the floor or somewhere close by, and when she reads it, it reads like an argument between a couple, and then when she goes home she has that same argument with her partner, and so the scripts that she starts finding around the place are prophetic and show her life playing out, and she then has a decision to make. With this knowledge, do I change anything or do anything differently to cause a different outcome? So it sounds quite nice. Yeah, so that's the other book that I would like to read before the end of the year. I got this for my birthday. The next question is there a book you think could still shock you and become a favourite of the year? I really hope so, but I find it very difficult to predict what I'm going to give a sort of 5 stars to, or what I'm going to absolutely love. Like, obviously I look for like good writing and good character development and an intriguing premise. Those are kind of things that I, look for, as we all do in a good book, I think. But there's a certain alchemy that I don't completely understand that makes me really love and connect with a book. I think it's probably that. I think it's about a book that I really emotionally connect with, as well as having all of those other things. So I'm not very good at kind of predicting yet what those might be. So my answer to that question is I really hope so, but I couldn't tell you what it might be. And the last question is, have you started making reading plans for next year? The answer to that is yeah, probably. I mean, very loosely, because I keep a running list on my phone of like vlog ideas and sets of books that would fit a good themed reading vlog. So things that I'm not likely to do before Christmas, but we'll do at some point in the future. I'll definitely do more books with Bite, reading books about vampires, because that's really good fun, and I enjoy riding out that trend whilst it's still going. Sorry, doorbell went. It was my contact lenses arriving. So we were saying, yes, I will definitely read more books with Bite. I'll also do more reading vlogs, reading books with dogs in them. I would also like to read some more books from favourite authors. So like, I haven't read Anxious People by Frederick Backman yet. I've got that. I've got another Khaled Hosseini which I haven't read yet. Yeah, so there's a few that I plan to do for that. I've also kept a list of books people have said are like other books I've loved. I'm gonna have to think about what I call that vlog. It's probably not that. So for example, I really loved A Little Life, and I've heard other books say if you liked A Little Life you'd like this. I really loved Still Life by Sarah Winman, and I have a book downstairs that I've heard people say, well, if you really like Still Life you'd like this. So I thought that would make quite a good vlog. So yeah, loosely I have reading plans for next year. Yeah, we'll see what takes my fancy when the time comes. So that's the end of year book tag. I am filming this a couple of days before I plan for it to go out, because I'm going to be away next week, so there will be no What This Week when you're seeing this. Oh, this is a bit meta. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you were interested in doing this tag, please consider yourself tagged. Go for it. Tag me. I'd love to see them. And I will see you again in the next video. Thank you for being here. I hope you're looking after yourself. If you haven't done yet today, have a great big glass of water, and I'll see you next time.